And outcome thinking is very different to I want to achieve this. Because if you're thinking I want to achieve this, you start thinking, what do I need to do to achieve that thing?
Right. And then you start limiting yourself right out of the gate.
Limiting yourself because you think, I can't do that. I can't do that. Oh, I'll do the things I can do. If you think about the outcome, it switches it up completely, because now you're thinking, okay, this is what I want to achieve. What does that look like? What does it feel like? And you start thinking of new creative ways of how to get there. And with the tools we give them, things like NLP, mindfulness, growth mindset, neuroplasticity, with some of these tools, they're now able to visualize those outcomes in ways they never thought possible previously.
That sounds like we're very compatible in what we do. And it sounds
I love it. I was reading through your thing.
yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Like there's such scope.
Well, there's such a need for it, as you know.
Yeah, massive.
I think we can have all the tools in the world. Like I've taken tons of marketing classes over the years, but do I really implement them to the best of my ability? And without maybe people that know how to put together Facebook ads or put together sales pages, one thing in the process might stop me for years. Although I might be brilliant at what I do and helping executives and investors and very logical, even skeptical people when it comes to mindset. But then when I show them, it gets great results, and people are like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Tell me about the scripting process. I really loved that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, tell me about the script. What is your script? What does it mean?
I have a background in Oriental medicine and acupressure. So using my hands instead of needles to help remove energy blocks and help with dis-ease in the body and mental and emotional pain. And as far back as half my lifetime ago, in 1997, I went to a theater class where at the very end of the training or the group exercises, there was a seasoned actor that basically listened to the directions of the teacher, and she told him to move a certain way, walk like he had just got into a fight, or was drooling over this girl, or whatever it was. And then the audience would ask yes or no questions. And it really shaped the identity of this character right in front of our eyes. And that night, my mom and I tried the same exercise, and I saw my mom emerge as a French director out of nowhere, and she's taken a lot of film classes in the 80s. And so I went home, and it was like my new obsession in my early 20s to help people step into their ideal characters of themselves. And what had happened was I had 30 women and a couple guys do this process within half an hour. And I checked back with them in the next networking group a month later. And just about everything had shifted around that conversation, but they didn't remember. For example, one person whose real estate business and rehab business was stalled, they suddenly were not complaining about that anymore. Someone else was having issues with their teenager. Another person was having trouble keeping their spa open. Whatever it was, there was a number of people that went through this training, but they didn't remember our conversation. They didn't remember that they were night and day from where they were when I checked back with them. So this really annoyed me. So I was like, how can I anchor this in their subconscious and create a process so that, first of all, I get credit for this work. And second of all, they can go back to that feeling, those experiences, that conversation 5 minutes from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and still activate that focus, those feelings, those conversations. And so that's how Scripting for Success was born. And over the years, I've been able to help people write their ideal outcome, like you were talking about, in such a way that you know how we all read about tragedies in the news that happened yesterday, but it's written like it happened way far back in history.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like say a mass shooting or something, and then you go to Wiki the next day and said, back in 2000, 2020, yesterday, this happened, and it seems like forever ago. So I realized that I could help people write articles, statements, business plans, mission statements, client avatars, policy changes, sales letters in such a way that bypass that inner critic that puts all these roadblocks in the way.
Love that.
And help them read it out loud. And when they actually read the story out loud, they feel a zing of energy in their body. So that's sort of the acupressure where you feel like the energy has moved.